If I could only have 5 tools, then these would be those. However, if you've been riding for quite a long time, there will inevitably come a point where you want to invest in some more quality tools, either because you want to start tackling more maintenance jobs yourself, or perhaps your local bike shop is fully booked for weeks in advance, and so if you need something done, you actually have no other choice. Tools though can seem like a bit of an investment, but with the benefit of hindsight, let me tell you about the 6 tools that I'm always glad that I took the plunge and bought. First one is a cassette lock ring tool. Now I'm not entirely sure why, but swapping cassettes is a job I seem to do with astonishing regularity. Perhaps I should just buy more cassettes, but this is much cheaper. And actually it's not just about cassettes these days. This lock ring tool is also needed for taking on and off some disc rotors, those that use center lock design right there. Okay, so our cassette lock ring tool is sat there looking all useful and raring to go. But unfortunately, we can't actually take a cassette off unless we also have one of these, a chain whip. As you can see, it's just a length of chain attached to a big old handle. And what we do with it is we actually brace the cassette so that we can then use our lock ring tool and unscrew it. You will notice, of course, that we need a third tool now for this job, a spanner. But if I choose that as well, then I've only got 3 left to choose from, and everyone's got an adjustable spanner, haven't they? Now, I'll admit, I worked on my bikes for many, many years before truly coming to realise the importance of this, the torque wrench. Now, to be fair, actually, with more and more lightweight carbon in particular on our bikes, these are becoming ever more valuable. They prevent you from stripping bolts, and more importantly, they actually prevent you from damaging the delicate carbon on your bikes themselves. So if you look, most components will actually have a little number printed on, and that is the maximum recommended torque. So you take your torque wrench and you set it to 10% less, and away you go. Now this one might look like a weird one, but it is a very valuable bit of kit. It is a chain checker, and if you ride a lot, and particularly if you ride a lot in really crappy weather, then this little bit of kit could well save you a whole ton of money. You simply pop it on your chain and it will tell you in an instant whether or not you need to replace it. Because remember that if you ride on a worn chain, it will also wear out your cassette and your chain rings prematurely, and replacing the lot is very expensive. Replacing just your chain isn't too bad. So we've got our torque wrench, but now we're going to talk about Torx, which actually has nothing to do with torque. It refers to the unique 6-pointed star-shaped bolts that require a specific tool in order to undo. Now, apparently, in engineering terms, there are significant advantages to using Torx bolts over standard Allen keys, and so for that reason, they're actually cropping up more and more on our bikes. And so investing in a Torx multi-tool was one of the best things I ever did. There's now virtually no bolt on a bike that can't be undone with this. Okay then, last tool, and it's a big one. It requires a little bit more investment, but it could very easily pay for itself because it is a bearing press. Oh yeah, bikes are commonly coming with press fit bearings more and more these days, either cartridge wheel bearings or now bottom brackets. So gone are the days where at this point I could have recommended investing in a cone spanner to tweak your wheel bearings, or indeed a bottom bracket tool to remove threaded bottom brackets. Although to be fair, both of these are still useful. But investing in and then learning how to use one of these will make replacing worn bearings a fast and simple job, and it will very quickly pay for itself. Right then, those are my 6. Do let me know in the comments section, firstly, whether you agree with these choices, and then if not, what tool can you not live without? Let us know in the comments section down below. If any of these are new to you, then my first suggestion now would be to subscribe to GCN. We've got a maintenance video every Monday, and so if you subscribe, then you'll always be in the right place for it. And of course, that also means that we've got loads of videos in the archive. 2 that might be relevant: learn how to use your new cassette tool and your new chain whip, just up there, how to take off your cassette, and then how to use your new bearing press down there.